Okay, so the next stage of our album cover design is going to be to add some elements, shapes, and line. So we're gonna look at shape and look at line, and we're going to add some elements to our album cover designs, just using the tools in PowerPoint. Here are some examples. You can see some I've just kind of scratched a line, a rough line into the onto the cover. I've thought about where I'm placing the line around the image, wherever there's spaces and composition. I've used circles, triangles, some kind of rectangular elements here. Then I've made them slightly, I've changed the opacity, the transparency of them. Squares, some line, some straight line, there's some dashed line as well. So let's show you how to do that. Obviously, these are just examples. Feel free to try other examples, other things that you want to do. Have a go at. That's fine. I would recommend that you keep it try and keep it simple. Okay, don't go overboard. Don't do too much. So the first thing we're going to do is go to insert and shapes, and here we have lots and lots of shapes to choose from. But I'm going to limit you to certain things. Scribble is basically a pen tool you can draw with. We've got a line tool, so either those lines, the rectangle, we've got an ellipse, a circle, an oval, we can draw ellipse with there. We've got rectangular, rounded rectangle, got a triangle as well. Steer clear of the arrows, irregular shapes. I wouldn't use any of these lines here. I'd just stick to scribble, line, rectangle, oval, rounded rectangle, and triangle for now. And again, any of the shapes down here, I wouldn't get too carried away with using these particular 3D shapes and on all the symbols. I wouldn't use any of the symbols or the arrows, in fact. So just going to use these elements, okay, which gives us lots and lots of options. First thing, scribble. Okay, so this is just free form drawing. Try different things. It might work, it might not. Think about the composition. So on this image here, on my portrait, I've got space on the left and the right. You could draw over the face if you wanted to. It's completely up to you. What I've done is kind of stuck to these areas, and I'm going to use white lines so that the lines go off the edge. So just going to scribble basically. I could do that again if I wanted to, but I'm fairly happy with that. And then when you click on that, double click on it, we've got shape fill. I'm not going to fill it. There should be no fill, so no fills there already. Outline. So outline, I'm going to make it white. You could use color, that's fine, but obviously it goes off the edge of the image. That you'll see that on the page. You could crop it later, but I'm just going to use a white line, and that hides the fact that it does actually go off the edge of the page. I'll do that again. Shapes, I want one down the side here as well. You can take a bit more time than me. Again, make it white. I'm fairly happy with that. So try that. Try using the freeform scribble pen to create some line on there. Like I said, you could draw. There's no reason why you couldn't draw across the face. I'm not sure about that. But have a play, see what comes. I wouldn't try and write anything. I wouldn't try and create any pictures or anything like that. Just pure line, and just to kind of balance out the image, and just to think about the space where you're going to be using that line. Don't go too crazy. You don't want to scribble over all of it. Okay, next Next I'm going to use circle tool. So insert shapes, and it's the oval tool. When you draw with the oval tool, you just draw an oval. If you hold down shift, so you have to press shift on the keyboard, which I'm doing now, to get the circle. Again, I'm going to think about composition. So aligned left, aligned right, or in the center. I'm not going to put it in the center because that would just be smack bang in the middle of my head or my eyes. You could try it maybe if you wanted to, but I'm going to go off to the right here. Again, use this space that I've got. I'm not going to use the blue. I'm going to use yellow. Is quite nice actually. I quite like that gold. You want something with contrast. Quite like that. You can see that at the moment, if I zoom in, it's got a blue outline. I don't want the outline, so no outline on that. I quite like that. It's almost like a sun. I'm going to copy and I'm going to duplicate it though. So Alt Control Shift, 3 buttons. Click on the object and pull it. Click on the object and pull it, and then it kind of creates. It creates a copy. It's in line vertically with the ones already created. I quite like that. I'm going to try it, move it onto the other side. So I'm just going to move it around. See, I think I prefer it on the right. So just play around with them, move them around, delete one. Yeah, I quite like just the two on their own. Not too much. I'm going to leave it at that. That's right. That's okay. So you can play around with some circles. You can do this in any order you want. You don't copy me. You just experiment. The next one is a triangle I'm going to do. So insert triangle and just drag and pull a triangle. You can obviously, because it's computer, manipulate it later. Get it to fit. I'm going to get mine to go quite fairly close to the edge. I wouldn't put things that sit on the edge. Whoops. Like that. I would give them a bit of space. So I'm going to center that there like that. Obviously, it's covering my face. So the shape fill, I'm going to say no fill. The outline, I quite like that blue actually. So I'm going to leave that blue, but you could obviously change. Actually, I quite like that pink actually. Yep, I'm going to go for that. Back to outline, and then weight. You can play around with the weight of the line. Yeah, 4.5 point. I quite like that. Again, quite like that. I quite like that image on its own. Not going to do anything else with it. Move on to the next one. This time I'm going to use the same motif, the same shape, but this time I'm going to do some concentric triangles. So I'm going to make them, hold down the shift and drag it down from the corner. Whoops. If you obviously drag something by mistake, if you Control Z, which is undo, Control copy, Control C, Control V is copy and paste, which is what I'm doing. I'm going to have 3. So you can see there my composition. If that was over the center of my eye, I might actually move them around so it isn't. So I've actually I can still see my face through the center there. I quite like the thickness of the line, but you could change the thickness of the line. Double click on it, and we're going to go to weight. Change the weight. I quite like that actually. So we've got thicker, thin, thick. Yeah, I like that. So that's concentric triangles. You could do that with other concentric shapes. Concentric circles might be nice. Concentric squares. Here I've just drawn a shape. So insert shapes. In this case, a rectangle. Over the eyes or over the mouth or whatever it is you want, wherever you want to place that. Double click on it. The fill, I'm going to do white, no outline. Okay, I'm not going to have any outlines or anything. And then if you go to shape fill and you go to more fill colors, then you can change the transparency. Now unfortunately it doesn't show you what it's doing, what it's going to do, so I'm going to have to click OK. So I've changed it to 50% opacity. If you're not happy with that, you have to go into shape fill again, more fill colors, So I'm going to make it a bit more transparent, 70%. There we go. Happy with that? Again, manipulate it, play with it. I'm doing this quite quickly. Next one is a similar thing, transparency. I'm going to copy and paste the transparency I've just got, and then I'm going to manipulate the shape. I'm going to copy and paste it, and I'm going to do it again. And you can see what happens is that when you've got transparency over transparency, it creates these layers. I actually quite like that, but if you wanted to, you could double click on it and you could change the fill, which would change the look of that. We've got green, so I quite like that, yellow. Again, go back into the transparency and play with it. Next one is line, straight lines this time. So insert, shapes, click on the line tool. Again, I'm going to play around with the spaces that I've got. I'm going to change the outline color to yellow and then change the weight to get the weight right up. You know, look for contrasting colors. Look for interesting colors that contrast each other, colors that complement each other as well. Like the yellow and the orange are quite complementary, but the orange is darker. The yellow stands on the blue. You can definitely see it. Once I've got a line that I like, I'm going to just copy and paste it. I'm going to try and kind of create this kind of almost like a cartoony kind of, like I'm kind of glowing. Copy and paste it again. You know, to move it around, you can pull the ends. Copy and paste that again. Different all kinds of combinations. That's my other example there, where I've actually gone across my face as well, like something like that. Yeah, quite like that. I'm not sure about the yellow, so I'm going to go back to the yellow. It's a bit bright. Yeah, quite like that dark blue. Once you've got a colour selected, you can it's there now, so I don't have to keep going back into the menu. There we go. Then the last one is a dotted line. I'm going to copy and paste a line that I've already got, and to get it to 90 degrees, I'm just going to try and pull it. There we go. And I'm going to go double click on it, shape outline again. This time go to dashes. You can choose a dashed line there. Yeah, I quite like that. I'm going to take the weight right up though. I'm going to go to 6 point. You can see that there's only part of a dash there, so I need to pull that out a bit more to get that fourth dash. Copy and paste it. There we go, either side. I could do it horizontally or whatever I want to do. Okay, so I've got my 8 images. Again, I've added line, I've added shape, I've created more interest, I've created these layers, I've created these motifs, these shapes that really help to push that more into the realms of an actual album cover. That actually been designed. You can see from the steps that we've taken, we've come from these images, we've cropped them, we've manipulated them. Now we've got some shapes really starting to come together.